this kind of stuff. For now, it becomes really easy because we have access to the kernel address space, so we are just using the kernel symbols, just like if we were a debugger. So we just have to rewrite your own functions to print the information we are really interested in. So for the Moon file system, there is another variable which is a linked list called moontlist, which contains the file system type, the mounted directory, and the mounted file system. So most of functions we have to rewrite our linked list, so it's very easy. Same thing for the kernel extensions. There is a variable called kmod, which is also a linked list. This variable is defined by the kmod structure, which contains various information like the data address and the token size, which is really interesting if you want to, for instance, dump a kernel module. So it could be used like the subtype extension to dump like specific address space or this kind of stuff. So with this kind of information, we can dump each kernel extension. Of course, we have the name of the driver, the version of the driver. Now, about the processes. To retrieve the list of BSD processes, there is a variable called kproc, which is also a linked list, of course. This variable is defined by the proc structure. Of course, this structure is like the process structure on Windows, so you can retrieve various information in the process ID, the bound process ID, the open files, the open directories, the children thread, the name of the application. If you want to retrieve, for instance, the name of the owner of the application, there is a pointer to the process group, which contains another pointer to the session group, session structure. Sorry. So on inside the structure, we have a field called s_login, which contains a string with the login of the owner of the application. As I said at the very beginning, file descriptors are not only used for files, but also for directories on files. They are called virtual nodes. Virtual nodes are like virtual nodes, so they are used to describe the files on directories. Because of files, modern operating system, it means you have a caching system, which is called UBC on Mac OS X. From this, you can retrieve the content of the files. So it's really common on the modern operating system to have a caching system. So this is the same thing with Mac OS X. Once you are using nmap or write, or when you are trying to write on a file, it's always cached in memory. So from this, inside the inode, you have a pointer to the cache memory of the file. As I said, you can also retrieve the syscall table. So to retrieve the syscall table on the Mac OS X Leopard is pretty easy. As explained just Daguano at Black Hat Tracing 2008, you just have to add 20 in hexadecimal to get the address of the syscall table. The thing with the syscall table is this variable is not inside the kernel symbol, so there is only one variable which is related to the symbol syscall table, which is numbers of syscall entries. So this variable is called sysend. From this variable, which is inside the kernel symbols, you have to add a very specific value. So that's how you can get the address of the syscall table. On Snow Leopard, they switch the position of the syscall table. So they didn't put it after the numbers of syscall entries, but they put it before. So the thing is, you have the number of entries, so you can read this number of entries to multiply it with the size of the syscall entry. So then you can get a pointer to the syscall table. It's really funny, the variable names, but also the function names. The syscall function names are inside the symbols. So if you want to check if the syscall table has been modified, you just have to compare it with the original symbol. So it's really easy on fast. Of course, it's really easy to bypass, but it works on macOS X rootkit. So now I will show some meaningful things because you look really sleeping, or maybe this is because of the lunch or something, but I'm going to show you a demonstration with the utility in action. Do you have any questions in the meantime?